What up? Just fixing up some settings real quick. Gonna drop drop a blah blah blah. Doing final NQES analysis post PPI CPI data. Oh man, it has been quite the day. Quite the fucking day. Yeah, let me go ahead and move this all the way over, get us on the 1 minute, and then drop us into the 4-hour chart. I guess we could start with the daily. I mean, what is there to analyze, right? I'll let some people get in here and then, or honestly, it doesn't even fucking matter to me, but I'll give it like 10 more minutes. This is my ES chart. ES is at all-time highs. Yeah, holy cuck, bro. Yeah, I guess I can explain what's happening here. So, basically forgot to update my chart. Since after PPI data, we actually did make a new all-time high that was significant. That was the data highs from yesterday. Today we absolutely smoked data highs, and now we have another all-time high right here that we made at the end of the day. So I'll update that on my chart, and then this is a previous. Oh, I mean, the thing that sucks now is that we're in price discovery, which I think is usually the hardest time to trade. So should be fun. I don't even think that's a significant level. Just 3 points in between right here, maybe. I could see us mark a blue line right here. And then for today, I mean, today was like a pretty crazy day in terms of just how everything played out. But you could tell that Tesla, this chart literally looks just like the Tesla chart. Yo, I just do it like this too. Just because if it doesn't, I end up having the video. The video gets published either way, so yeah. Oh, no, I need to sleep early tonight, that's for sure. No more sleeping at 2 a.m. That shit's crazy. I can get rid of my Tesla chart, but yeah. I did end up getting my funding ticks data, which is kind of sick. I don't know why it's not popping up, but I have accounts with 3 prop firms right now. That's Tradeify, Funding Ticks, and then what's the other one? Top Step. No, I think you got to be crazy to be trading at hours like this. Like absolutely insane. Let's see if it'll pop open once this logs in. I do not like that it makes that sound on login, but yeah, it does. Okay, sick. You can see my funding ticks, FT Pro Plus. I guess we can just kind of get into it. Oh, damn. Alright, so what happened today? We had CPI candle come out, made an absolutely ginormous bottom wick. This is the daily chart, so it's a little harder to see, but if I switch to the 4-hour, I'm pretty sure it's this bottom wick right here where it came out at 5:30 a.m., came, swept previous all-time highs. Dude, this is like the most ugly music I've ever heard. Alright, so, oh, look at that. What is that? 4 points? But yeah, so this candle, CPI candle, we pretty much did the exact opposite of what PPI did. So PPI just fucking went straight up, CPI straight down. I think this one actually happened a lot faster. I think today when I was full porting the news, Tradevate actually lagged. So like the candle as it printed it like froze and then filled orders, and then by the time it had processed all of that, the price had already jumped and your accounts just got wrecked. But a very good sign. We bounced pretty much right off of previous all-time highs. So if I go back just a little more, you can see right here, boom, literally like almost to the tick, smacked previous all-time highs and then flipped the candle. From there, the rest of the day was just like a choppy grind up. You can see market opened. We're at another previous all-time high level, and then we started inching down, bounced off 925. And then as we came up, again, found some resistance here at previous all-time highs, but it was mostly more chop than anything. And then it's just kind of like this wave, slow wave, where we're just making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And then we kind of topped out at previous, oh no, I marked this today, but pretty much topped down around here, around 46. And then we just kind of ranged for the rest of the day. You know, when it comes to trading at all-time highs, I feel like it just sucks because price is always choppy, it's always slow, ATR is always really low. It's like, in terms of like prop firm traders who are usually over leveraged and usually are more tend to revenge trade or to be less patient with their setups, it's like all-time highs got to be one of the worst times to trade, right? Imagine like right where was a good long entry, like right here, right? As you came up, rejected off the level, and then you inverse this for. Can you imagine sitting through? They say you entered right after the inversion right here. You sat through 18 minutes where price was literally just, barely moving in the 10-point range. Like, that is insane to me, right? So, for me, I guess, I don't know, for me that's hard. But, like, typically I like seeing, like, strong, nice, clean moves up. And I guess this was a pretty nice, clean move up, but I wasn't part of it. I think I literally stopped trading, like, right here. And then 3 minutes later, I saw the inversion, and I was like, fuck. But yeah, literally it was insane. And then, for here you're dealing with like 1.2 point candles until, the 1250 59 algo candle, boom, we got a massive surge down, and then Microsoft had a really good news or something. So, looking at it, what am I looking for tomorrow? Again, super bullish. I'm assuming like if we don't hit all-time highs tomorrow, man, we're probably just gonna chop around all day. Like we're so close. We're forming exactly what we want to see, right? The 4-hour is kind of in this bear flag right now. Found support right around here where we can't really seem to get a closure, and then we have this flag forming. It's like it looks primed, but the way that we end up making all-time highs like might look a little different, I feel like it's possible we just, spike up there, especially with how much chopping and how much ranging we've done today. Maybe at New York Open we just rip up. Or the alternative is we have University of Michigan's consumer sentiment at 7 in the morning tomorrow. Maybe we wait for that. Maybe we'll see how that prints, and then we get that rip or the dump, right? If you look on ES2, ES has pretty much just been in price discovery mode all day. Like, I think if you were trying to short ES today, like, I mean, I saw a couple posts of people that are looking for shorts on NQ today just because we had that data lows that never got swept. And I mean, if you looked at the ES chart today, the ES chart looked absolutely bullish as ever, right? We had that little dip down at market open. We bounced off this level at 52, and then we just ripped higher, consolidated, ripped higher, consolidated, ripped higher. And then towards the end of the day, we just kind of range bound, but we're also still creeping up, right? Ended up making our all-time highs just under 6,600. Oh, actually right at 6,600, which is insane, right? We've pretty much been making all-time highs on ES, and Nasdaq is lagging, which is actually crazy. But I guess it makes sense because, you know, semiconductors, Nvidia is still not at all-time. I think if Nvidia, Apple all pushed all-time highs, you would see NQ also do the same. But, you know, I think Nvidia did a whole lot of nothing today. So this is Nvidia's chart. Oh man. Yeah, I think like once it opened, it just did a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, look at that. It just we opened up at 180, dumped down. This is that same downward move we saw on the Nasdaq, and just kind of ranged for the rest of the day, right? If we're looking for that strong push, we need Nvidia to be, you know, pumping on the day, especially because it's the, you know, I'm pretty sure it still is the largest stock in the market, sitting at either 4 trillion or just under 4 trillion market cap. So if we want to see Nasdaq hit all-time highs, we probably need to see Nvidia have a green day tomorrow. But I mean, at that point, it's not even that hard. We're what, less than 60 points away from all-time highs. I mean, we could hit that during London. Um, but overall, every time frame super bullish. We're respecting a lot of our for value gaps, and then on the 1 hour chart looks pretty much the same. I mean, it looks even better on here, I think. Look at that. I guess there's not really a fair value gap. But I mean, just like if on the 1 hour, it's so blatantly obvious. You know, we have our support right here at around 24,000, psych level 24,000. You see this a lot. You know, we might have trouble breaking into it like we did yesterday, where we just kind of edged 24,000 and then dipped. But now today we're holding, you know, pretty much holding above it. And at this point, it's like if we break and retest 24,000, it's just like it's almost a clean shot all the way up to all-time highs at 2460, 68. Yeah, 2468. That was my ultimate upside target today. I just couldn't find a long entry, and then by the time it was like 8 o'clock, I was like, yeah, I'm done. We didn't hit it today, but it honestly looks like we're about to hit it tomorrow. Can I go over my setups that I had? Yeah, I can go over the ones that I had today. So let's go down to the 1 minute. Um, so it's actually been working out a lot lately. It's kind of crazy how like my strategy has been kind of playing out very well. I'm actually gonna close out a trade of it because I'm not gonna take any executions right now, just so you can see my full chart. So if I go here, here is the open, and then here is the open right here. So on this, like, for a majority of like the morning, like once we had this big move down, I was like, oh shit, right here on the 5 minute, um, we had that inversion right there on the 5 minute. And once it inversed, we actually had a 1 minute, or no, right here is when we broke through, because this one's 36, yeah, 39. So right here, boom, we closed that, and then right here, I ended up taking a short. It was actually a pretty small short, just because I was just looking for base hits. So take short position. I think my stop was right above here at 15, and then I just wanted down to a level, so about a 1-to-1 15 pointer, and then that got smacked. I think just under. I think it was like 14, so I ended up on the accounts like 280. That was the only trade that I actually took. I wanted to take this one here too. off of this data high sweep. I don't know why I can't find it. Am I tripping? Oh yeah, off of this 5 minute right here. Previous or data high sweep rejection off of 2414. So, oh what? Am I trolling? I thought I had another one, but I ended up not taking this. And then I think I went for the shittier entry ultimately. I think I entered in like right here, like at the bottom, thinking like we closed below previous all-time highs. Maybe we come down and take out data lows. And then we ended up just coming up here and I DCA'd myself out and got out like right back at the bottom as it reswept. And then after that I was like, yeah, I'm done. And then literally if I had waited another few minutes, you actually had, basically the same thing, the rejection off of London high, bouncing off of previous all-time highs. And then I think this was a 2 minute inversion. Right here. So this one, this inversion right here, boom. As we inverse this 2 minute, and then the longs that I wanted were right here. Stop, you could have played this one pretty much a safe right at previous all-time highs, and then I could have aimed for, I think we had previous data highs from PPI candle at our high of day, so it was literally like, it would have been like a perfect top tick pretty much, so. Yeah, I didn't realize. I think that was just horrible timing. Like the second I stepped away, it was good. So, whatever. You win some, you lose some. Um, yeah. Overall, what I want to see for tomorrow, especially as we're breaking up, especially if we end, London range bound, if we spend most of today in a range, I probably expect, tomorrow we come back, retest previous all-time highs, and then just bounce up. Or probably maybe even some more ranging. If we just range and then we break out maybe an orb. I mean, I don't really have levels up here. So maybe, we end up ranging here for most of London in this 30-point range. And then for New York tomorrow when we open, we just boom, retest, grab liquidity, and then shoot up. Pretty close. I think if we were to close above previous all-time highs, it would just be a 20-point leg up. It would probably just be a lot more difficult to hit it just because I think everybody's anticipating all-time highs, so we will see. But overall market looks insanely bullish. Everything looks insanely bullish right now, honestly. Another one to watch is probably Microsoft, the softie. Look at that gap up overnight, $12 gap up, almost 3% move, 2.5% move. So this will definitely be one to watch. Especially because today we kind of just didn't do anything. We just kind of ranged. So once all these max 7s are aligned and once they have like, that small little push, it'll be game over. YM was definitely the one to trade today. YM, you pretty much just zoomed straight up the whole fucking day, dude. Like, fucking insane, dude. Look at that. 469 points. That's insane. Yeah, the Dow was so clean today. YM just they just pumped just because I think one of their largest holdings is United, and United literally just went up in a straight line today. If I go to UNH, like, look at this chart. What the fuck? Literally just straight line up. I think there's a lot of stocks in this. Wait, is this today? Yeah, it is. Literally just boom, straight line up. And I think there's other stocks in the Dow too, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, dude. What the fuck? Gold? Gold's just, I think it's like ranging right now, right? It just smacked all-time highs. Oh, damn, it pumped. Smacked all-time highs, and then now, gold has that like really weird cyclical thing where like it hits all-time highs and then it just ranges. Oh, it's like damn near its all-time highs right now, but like every time it smacks and then it just collapses down and starts ranging. Sweeps up, collapses down, starts ranging. So once you start ranging, you kind of know you're going to be ranging for a while on gold, which, you know, may or may not make it easier to trade, but yeah. Am I taking any positions? No, probably not. I hate trading during this hour, but look at the bull flag! Yeah, I think if we can break and hold above previous day high, we're more than solid to just continue going. Like, I would feel comfortable taking a long position and just leaving it overnight. Like a small one. Or setting orders, but yeah. I don't do that just because I'm too scared. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Look at that perfect bounce. Wow. What a perfect bounce. We got another one here, about 8 points. No, I just do these for fun, honestly. Yeah, that's about it. I think the market's pretty much just pricing in rate cuts at this point, so if we don't get that, that would be a crazy one. Tuesday, February, that was the start of that, but yeah, I think right here, one of these days, it's like we got a rate cut, and I think the market dropped like 1,000 points or some shit, and it was crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. That was my analysis for the night. I'm gonna post a recap in the channel in a little bit, so yeah, thank you guys tuning in. See y'all next time.